And Grant, these are two efficient offensive teams. In your experience, how much of that is your roster and how much is strategy and coaching?
Well, definitely most of it is talent. But hey, great coaching can make a significant difference unlocking that potential.
So let's take a look at the Phoenix Suns starting lineup. Bridges and Crowder holding down the forward spots. Paul and Booker, the talented backcourt. And it's Ayton in at the 5. Bradley off target from three-point range. Here's Crowder, and so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Well, you think about Jay Crowder's career, he's bounced around to a few teams, but one thing we know, he's always had an impact to affect the game with his defense and with his basketball intellect.
And Doris, Crowder's defense, a big part of what he can offer a team.
Right, because he's strong enough to guard in the post. He's quick enough to guard on the perimeter. Think about it. In 2020 NBA Finals, he was asked to contain LeBron James. That's the kind of confidence coaches have in Crowder's competitive spirit defensively.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
I just have so much respect for how Jay Crowder plays the game. This guy works so hard for every single minute he's out there, and you love seeing that.
Here's James. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Here's Paul, and Davis with the block. First quarter of play, a minute in. Uses the glass that time. It's good.
And Davis just has the physicality to own the paint. Defenses just can't do much to stop him down low.
Here's Paul. Phoenix no good that time either. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 3 to get this one going. Here's Bradley, covered by Crowder. Westbrook against Paul. 4 on the clock. Jordan finds Davis. For 3, Westbrook. Crowder grabs the miss. The Suns have gone 0 for 3 from the floor to begin this one. Now here's Paul. Not a lot of room. From 17. Oh, rejected by Jordan.
Boy, the wingspan of DeAndre Jordan. This guy sends it back with a message.
Basket's good.
The size advantage gives him a clear path to the shot.
Defensive foul.
At this point in his career, we talk about DeAndre Jordan as a role player, but it wasn't that long ago that he was a first-team All-NBA player. In the right situation, this guy can do great things.
And the Suns making a change here. McGee, he's checked in for DeAndre Ayton. Johnson comes in for Crowder. Shamet, he's checked in for Devin Booker. And Payne is subbed in for Paul. Free throw no good for Jordan. And the thing about Jordan, he has elite specialties.
That's exactly right. One of the league's leading rebounders for so many years. A defensive anchor. A guy who sets incredible screens. This is why stars love to play alongside him.
Now here's Payne. In his last outing, he had 11 points. Shoots over Rondo. Payne with the bucket.
And finally, a made shot. They look a little relieved after that one.
Anthony outside. Shoots over Johnson. Anthony with a bucket.
You know, you'd be hard-pressed to find many players in the league that are as strong in the mid-range as Melo.
Outside Payne. 15 seconds left to play in the first. That one's wide left. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Lakers ahead, up by 4. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. Well, he can be a one-man army, rebounding, scoring, and assisting. but Russell Westbrook knows he's got to rally those around him to win.
We got to do it together, and I think that's more important than scoring any points or doing anything else is leadership, and that's where I got to find my niche and try to lead the guys.
Westbrook is all about winning, Grant.
Yes, he is, and his teammates will tell you as well. For all the stats he piles up at the end of the day, he's laser focused on getting the dub.
If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter in this one. And from what we've seen from the Lakers, what's your take so far?
The aggressiveness on defense has been infectious. Everyone's come to the party. I love it.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
And so, in the game for Phoenix, Crowder and Ayton, the bigs. Booker, the 2, with Johnson at the 3. And it's Paul in at the point. Westbrook gets the bucket. And Doris, you know a thing or two about dropping dimes from your college playing days. I've seen it. So in your opinion, who's the best passer in the league today?
Boy, this is not an easy answer, B.A. Chris Paul is going to go in the Hall of Fame as a point guard, and he manned that position, and for a good decade, he was one of the best in the business. But if I were saying best ever and best right now, it's hard for me to go away from LeBron James. His vision, his creativity, his ability to make the game easy for his teammates, I'd say LeBron James.
So it's the Lakers now, coming off a Suns make. And that one's good. Davis.
How sick was that, guys? I mean, he makes defenders look silly with moves like that.
Well, Anthony Davis helped rescuing the Lakers from some lean years. In the 6 seasons prior to his arrival, they'd missed the playoffs more times than in the previous 65 years of the franchise.
And a year after they got him, they're hoisting the Larry O'Brien Trophy. And now with his new contract, he should help them compete for a long time to come.
T-shirt time. Man,
Both teams will make substitutions. And time for us to check in on the NBA assist leaders over the last 10 games. Second, Chris Paul.
He's making a lot of friends with the way he's been moving the ball, setting up his teammates nicely in their favorite spots.
Here's Paul. He came away with 14 points in his last game. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
All right, B.A. Russell Westbrook last season said titles won't define him. He said, quote, I grew up in the streets. I'm a champion. I don't have to be an NBA champion. My legacy isn't based on what I do on this court. It's what I do off the floor. How many people I'm able to impact and inspire.
Oh, different perspective, Allie. Good stuff. And that was our AT&T 5G Slam Cam, bringing you the sauce. James attacking, and it's James with the jam.
Well, 6'8" and 200, who knows how many pounds, but the King, one of the most apropos nicknames in sport.
Now here's Bridges. In his last outing, 16 points for him. And out of bounds, Los Angeles will have it. Some changes now for the Lakers. Gordon Tucker comes in for James, and it's Rondo in for Russell Westbrook. The Suns making a switch here. The Lakers have gotten off to a sensational 5-for-5 start of the second quarter. Outside Davis. Outside, Rondo. Davis with a screen on Payne. 5 on the clock. Great start so far, 3 of 3 in this one.
Just so successful getting the ball inside and finding those great looks.
And here's Payne. Pass to Shaman. Here's McGee. For 3, Bridges. And so it's Los Angeles, now holding a 12-point lead at quarter's end. They've had incredible success defensively, taking away good looks and pressuring shooters. Back after this.
Hello, everybody. Maybe a bit of a surprise in this one, but what a fantastic first half we witnessed for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Credit these guys for coming in with the right game plan and then patiently executing it. Most of their shots that come in the flow of the offense, rarely did they take a bad shot. Good, clean first half.
Shifting gears, let's look at the upcoming schedule.
In that game against the Spurs, going into this one as a slight favorite, I think some of the individual matchups favor them, but you win as a team. And if you rely too heavily on hero ball, all bets are off.
Thanks for tuning in. Now we head back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You gotta like what we're seeing from LeBron James.
When he got good position and they got the ball to him, he was automatic.
Well, you can see why they would continue to play through him. He was tough to stop, super assertive down low, just great work.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it's been a runaway. The big three for this team all out there. Westbrook the point, LeBron and AD sliding in at the forward spots. Avery Bradley out there with DeAndre Jordan. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. And the shot is good by Westbrook.
Really encouraging when Russell Westbrook is making that three-point shot, because when he does, he's an impossible check.
And Russell Westbrook on the move once again, this time to the Lakers. Now, what's interesting, I mean, he played so long for the OKC Thunder, and now on his fourth team in the past 4 years. But still, you can't deny the impact when he's on the floor.
Shooting one.
I tell you, this guy already a double-double threat nightly, and DeAndre Ayton's ceiling is still high. Now, he's got to go ahead and reach those expectations by putting in the work.
Davis. And then Davis punches it home!
And that's unbelievable. Davis sky high doing his thing.
Just an awesome display of athleticism on our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Crowder against Davis.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Crowder with it. Checking his stats, he's scoring around 9.5 points per game. Ayton, a screen on Davis. Stripped away. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, the Phoenix Suns are enjoying a renaissance. Big man DeAndre Ayton said, quote, "From starters to the bench players, this team is well balanced, and we compete. We challenge each other every day. To be honest, it's the best team I've ever been on throughout my career. Guys, they are confident."
That they are, Allie. Thanks. Bridges finds Booker. Into the lane. And it's blocked by Davis.
Oh, one of the game's great shot blockers. AD's a smart defender who's usually in position to make a play on the ball.
Defense doesn't get much better than the mobile one block we just saw on replay.
Oh, amazing indeed. And getting stops like that only encourages them to keep attacking on the offensive end.
Anthony's checked in for the Lakers. Monk comes in for Bradley. And the Suns also making a change. Johnson's checked in. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jordan. And now it's time to look at the teams that have really impressed shooting from the field during the last 10 games. Fifth on the list, Los Angeles.
Recently, they've been effective in getting good looks. Field goal percentages are typically tied to the quality of your shots.
Here's Paul. Nails the 16-footer. Paul's got his first basket.
Well, Chris Paul is an elite shooter. The efficiency is there, especially in the catch-and-shoot game.
Here's James. Hey, it's James slamming it down.
LeBron James, ever the showman, with an exceptional slam there. One of the best dunkers in the history of the game.
Now here's Paul. A steady force on their offense, recording around 14.5 a game.
Good, solid start to the half, hitting 3 out of 4.
Here's Monk. It's a 14-point game. There's 38 seconds left in the third. Anthony outside. Shot clock at 6. For 3, Westbrook. And another 3 for the Lakers.
And right now, that's 5 buckets in a row. Looking like a well-oiled machine coming out of the break.
Ball against Westbrook from 13. Bridges outside. He takes it in. Uses the glass on the layup.
Well, good defense, losing to better offense in that instance. You love how calm Mikal Bridges is in the face of that great contest.
Here's Jordan. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers up 15 points as this quarter concludes. They're getting quality looks, and that's why they're shooting at such a high clip. We'll be right back. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
Get up and make some noise.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And so, in the game for Phoenix, Bridges and Crowder holding down the forward spots. Cameron Payne out there with Chris Paul, and it's McGee in at the 5.
Melo just reading the play the right way, put in the extra effort to come up with such a nice block.
They set the pick. Here's James. Here's Davis. Got a piece of it. Pass to Bridges. The 3 ball. It's good. The assist that time from Paul.
Night after night, game after game, Chris Paul understands where to put the ball and when. Nicely done.
Bridges against James. From downtown. Hey, in 6 attempts, he's made 5. Talk about efficiency.
And talk about payback. He hits the revenge triple.
Oh, you love to see the competitive fire. A little bit of pride at stake.
Now here's Bridges.
I have to admit, I mean, it's always a tough decision for the ref on the block charge call.
First team foul.
Howard's checked in for the Lakers. Bradley comes in for LeBron.
Dwight Howard, Avery Bradley.
We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Left side Payne. And here's Crowder from the arc. And the Suns get another 3.
We know this. Jay Crowder is an effective shooter. Someone who can shoot the 3 well. You've got to get into his space.
Rondo with it. Now guarded by Crowder. Pass to Horton Tucker. On the wing, Davis. Outside. Rondo. Just 5 on the clock. The 3 is up. And Chris Paul clears it away. For Phoenix, they've gone 2 of 3 to open the fourth quarter. Now here's Bridges. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Here's Paul. And another basket for Phoenix.
Chris Paul is the master of the pick and roll, understanding how to utilize his teammates to the best of their abilities.
Well, now it's just a matter of watching the sand fall through the hourglass. This game is wrapped up and a strong showing for the Lakers.
Their shot blocking was a huge advantage in this game.
Yeah, I love the excellent defense in the paint. It led to a lot of key stops.
And for the year, this will give them win number 17. And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for LeBron James.
What a relentless scoring night for this guy, in attack mode all evening.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Howard. Who poked away. Crowder with a steal.
and just not enough time for them to get back in this game.
I'll tell you, it's never an easy point in the game, knowing whatever you do, you're still coming away with the L.
Left side, Rondo. And so it's the Lakers with the W. This one was in the balance right until the final seconds.
NBA, they showed their character when it mattered most, sending those fans home happy.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our 2K team, this is Brian Anderson signing off. Now our New Balance player of the game, LeBron James.